What's up to Lion Talk Live? We love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Doke Crew. This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
All right, well, greetings and salutations, everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you for joining me here today. Hey, just before 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's a report coming out per ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Most of you guys probably know who he is if you've paid attention to football and you're watching this video. Probably don't have to do a deep dive analyzation of who he is, but it is coming out. This is what he is reporting. Let's see. The Detroit Lions have reportedly reached out to the agent for Jets edge Haason Reddick per Jeremy Fowler at ESPN. So if you want, you can go to the Twitterverse, Xverse, whatever you want to call that place nowadays, and look this up. But Jeremy Fowler, we all get it. He knows football inside out, especially in the collegiate side and the NFL side. He is reporting through multiple different outlets that he has intimate information, details of this, that the Lions are going to go ahead and try to make a move for Haason Reddick. Go ahead and check it out. I know we talked about this morning from people I know with boots on the ground or that work in Detroit print media, that they were aware Brad Holmes all week long has been talking to a number of teams. If you want to check out that, go check out the morning show video. And apologies for the first 10, 15 seconds while I didn't have the mic in front of me and the lights on. Hey, man, I had a doctor's appointment, was racing against the clock to get the video out and talk to you guys. So here's the deal. Would you, if you're the Detroit Lions, make this move? We've been talking about it. It feels like for a month now, Haason Reddick and the situation between him and the Jets. Obviously, that looks like it's coming to a close. The Jets have given him, or granted him, I guess, permission to go ahead and try to seek a trade. Detroit Lions could obviously use his services as far as a player on the field. My thoughts when I talked to people late last night, early this morning in Detroit print media, a lot of them didn't think he would be a good fit because he's more or less your Sam Backer, your weak, the going to jam the tight end, get to the quarterback, stuff like that. He's obviously got those abilities. They did point out they didn't think he would be an ideal fit in regards to the run defense that Detroit likes to run. So maybe this is a sign the Detroit Lions don't see him as a defensive end, but more a linebacker who can rush and get to the quarterback. It'd be interesting to see what you guys have to say. All I can tell you guys right now is this from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. It is not from me. So before the knuckleheaders go ahead and get after me, man, I'm reporting what Jeremy Fowler of ESPN is saying. I'm not saying I've heard anything because I got conflicting information out of the Detroit media personnel last night and today because they did not, from what they were being told, the Lions didn't want him because he wouldn't be a good run first option, quarterback, getting the quarterback second option. I think it's a great fit for the Lions personally. I think if I was coaching the team, and this is just what I would do, it would probably be Pascal, Aleem, Reeder, and then probably Levi Onwuzurike is your front four. Now, I don't know. I guess if you were to get Reddick, I'd probably be him, Campbell, and Salone as your backers, and that secondary is pretty good. And obviously, if you're Aaron Glenn, you like to do a lot of delayed blitzes, stunts, pulls, maybe even have Reddick up there on obvious passing situations as a defensive lineman at end. I guess I would go for it. Could this be the first real move that Brad Holmes will have made in his tenure here that you say, man, he's into it for this year? Let's keep in mind, he did try to get Montez Sweat. He did try to get Burns from Carolina. He did try to get Allen from Jacksonville. We've confirmed that. We've even heard Brad Holmes absolutely confirm that over the past few years. This would make a great move for the Detroit Lions, a team that, yes, has an opportunity to win the NFC North, get the number one seed, make a push to the Super Bowl. You need people to get to the quarterback, and if I'm considering a more long-term approach, him opposite side Hutchinson, or at least in different situations, him opposite side Hutchinson in the future, that sounds pretty dang good. All right, I don't have a lot of time for this. I do want to give some shout outs to Hutch Jr. for also contributing with the story. I know he's working and doing his due diligence along with a gajillion other people that sent over some stuff regarding this. But all right, let me get to the Doke Crew. I only got a couple minutes. Chrome, let's go, 100%. Dylan, yo, how you doing, Dylan? Let's see, Angela, all love. All right, all Lions love to you too, man. And I'm not sure what the picture is, but it looks like something to eat. And hey, man, let me tell you, I am hungry. Let's see, Hatman. Hey, Dan, I was just getting ready to hit the woods. Hey, well, hey, got you just at the right time. Josh, yo, how you doing, Josh? Pat, what you got, Coach Dan? I got a possible opportunity, I guess you could say, for the Detroit Lions. Could they go ahead and do this? I don't know. But considering the source, and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but considering the source, I think there's got to be some level of validity to it, because Jeremy Fowler is not somebody who's just going to, throw out something just kind of off the cuff and, hey, nobody knows what's going on here. He knows what he's doing. He's got a pretty good eye for these things. He's got a lot of connections there within as well. I'm sure we can all agree this is probably a legit consideration for us all, since he is on board with ESPN and so many different levels of football, whether it be professional, collegiate, or whatever have you. Jeremy Fowler is somebody in the know, I guess we could say. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the Doke Crew. All right, Pat. Oh yeah, I'll go the oh yeah for you too. Hey man, we are ready to kick the Vikings' butt 100% with that. I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely ready to get after them and try to put something on the Vikings. Hey, they're gonna potentially have TJ Hawkinson back. They've got a lot of weapons. This team is pretty legit. Obviously they've been a contender all season. That's why they're undefeated. The Lions want to confirm to the rest of the NFL. Yes, we are legit. Yes, we are a threat. You know what? Go ahead and give the Vikings their first loss of the season. Reddick's at least a legit attempt. Yeah, I would agree with that. I know some of you guys, while I was at the doctor's appointment today, messaged me. Sorry I couldn't get back to everybody. Had your concerns about some of the guys on the list that were provided to me. The only thing I can say is perhaps Brad Holmes is kicking all the tires, not just some of the tires. He's trying to make a real attempt to see if he can maybe add some depth, get a couple star players. We all get it. Brad Holmes is not somebody who's going to overpay on anything. And, hey, if he gets some guys, then I'm gonna guess him and the coaching staff can say that these guys are better than the guys that they feel like they have right now, or at least complimentary to him. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Complimentary players. One Funky Dan said he wanted role players, Levi Onwuzurike on running downs and Reddick on passing downs. Sounds like a role for each of them. 100% with that. And that's One Funky, that's a pretty good point you got there. So, Dr. Fu, love that name, by the way. Sup, Coach? How you doing, Fu? Fu, you doing? Walt, what do you got? Coach, how did you do at the doctors? We'll wait and see, man. Waiting for some results to come back. Greg C, let Brad cook 100%. Always. He's always dealing. He's always making deals, and he does a pretty good job with things. Pat, I hope it's not a bad apple. Not sure if he is right for the Lions. A lot of people have said that, and I can't remember who it was in the Doke Crew comment section, but a few of you guys did in the last few weeks point out that they feel, at least these people in the comment section, felt that Reddick is a good guy, good fit, but the Jets did him dirty, offered him a contract or certain terms, I guess, for the contract, then kind of pulled that back. So I would say, man, if that holds water, I'm not going to really drop the hammer on Reddick for that, because you know what? You promised me something. Now you didn't do that. I probably would have an issue with that too. Hey, speaking of the guy, Hutch Jr., bring him to Detroit. We'll see if that happens, man. It sounds like if nothing more, they're trying. YouTube user, make it so. I'm down with that, my friend. Brother Kent, now talk about someone I haven't seen in a minute. Good to see you, my friend. A long-time Lions Talk Live person, and glad to see you. Greetings and salutations. I was just about to walk out the door to investigate a client's cheating wife. Woo! And hey, I hope you get paid very well for that, and I know you do. So hey, I love your line of work, man. I used to work for a buddy, Elton Thomas, who did something similar. So here in Detroit, or excuse me, Michigan, another former basketball coach. Buddy, if we get Reddick, he better be a team player. I believe he would. I mean, they wouldn't put it this way. Do you guys think they would bring somebody in who wasn't? That would be my thought to you guys. So I don't think they would. Sorry, I got to check the email once I'm off air here. Hey, man, Dan, just so you know, you only need a colonoscopy once every 4 years, not once a month. That is true. Yes, this is true. Got words of wisdom there. Michael, Vikings, 3 of 5 wins came from last place teams. They aren't ready for Detroit Lions. I hope you are right, my friend, and you have to wait for Dan O'Damas in the prediction video on Friday to find out what he is predicting. Well, if Brad is good with it, we should be 100%, and that's kind of where I was thinking. If they're bringing him in, they believe he is a big fit here for Detroit Lions. Angela, I don't know much about Reddick, but I do trust Brad Holmes, and that's where I think most Lions fans should be at this point in the marriage between Brad Holmes, the Lions fan base, etc. Maybe we should all just say, hey, if he's okay with it, man, talk about phone blowing up all the time here. If he's okay with it, MCD is okay with it, Aaron Glenn's okay with it, we got to probably all stop and say, you know what? We probably should be okay with it because they're not bringing in somebody to risk the locker room over one guy. So I think we probably are going to, if we acquire him, we're probably all going to be pretty thankful that we did and say, hey, Brad Holmes, once again, in Holmes we trust. All right, back to the comments section. Hutch Jr., 10-plus sacks the last 4 seasons. Sign him to a 2-year deal and boost this rush for the next couple of years. Now, that's not a bad idea because, again, him opposite Hutch in the future, not, and maybe even that future is the Super Bowl this year. I know some have speculated that Hutch would be back in that amount of time. Who knows, man? But the future would be very bright with both of them. Now, Detroit, Reddick is not my favorite, but it's an attempt. It is. Let's see, Hutch Jr. Haason is a game wrecker. I hope so, man. Maybe we can get James Houston, go back to 2022 for him, have them on opposite sides, too. That would be awesome. Jane Doe, there is enough personality on this team to balance out, even if Reddick doesn't fit the locker room 100%. We need the skill right now and plenty of leaders already. I'll go with that, yeah. Brother Ken, Brad Holmes knows what he's doing. Let's just let the man cook. That's where I think we all need to have a level of faith at this point. Let's see, Hetman, Mike K, I agree with you. I'll double down on that. Dr. Detroit, this would be a rental attempt worker. Might be. Matt, no Haason Reddick. He has no trained or played a single snap unless only for a third round pick stops. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if they get him, what's it for. Buddy, if we get him, hope he is in game shape. I'm guessing he's probably him and his training staff have probably kept him in pretty good shape. I don't think he's been sitting on the sidelines. Otherwise, the Lions wouldn't make a move for him because it would take a month or so to get him ready. Maybe more. Marcus, not happening. If the Jets trade Haason Reddick to an NFC team, they would owe the Eagles a second-round pick. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see, Matt, NFC team. Okay, yeah, Matt, I would have traded 2 firsts and a third for Max Crosby. The only problem is the Raiders got to be one to get rid of him. So maybe that's why it's not happening. I don't know, man. I can't speak to it. Brett Lyons, strong football. Oh, yeah. I'll go with that. One funky. Matt, a 4th tops, maybe. Doc Troy, me too. Matt, me too. 100%. Yada, yada, badass. What up, Doe, coach? Exclamation point. What's up? What's going? Question mark. Let me. Oh, yeah. And woo, woo, woo. You want to woo, woo? I'll give you a woo, woo. And there you go. Josh, make it happen. I'm doing all I can, man. But you know what? They don't really listen to me. So, Mr. Nico, Brad Holmes will go for another blockbuster defense. Let's hope so. Defender, let's see. Yada, yada. 47-9. My Lions embarrass the Cowgirls. Let's go Lions. Let's go get the W from the Queen. Yeah, let's get the Vikings. Yes, man, that would be great to get that win this weekend. Southwest line, oh boy, Reddick is good on pass, but bad on the run. How would he fit the scheme? The only thing I can think of is maybe they move him to linebacker full time, but on passing downs, third down, etc., third and long, whatever, maybe move him to defensive end. String theory, what do you got? I love that, by the way. Donald has not seen up front push from the defense like the Lions. That's probably also true. And, the Jets did get to him a little bit, but I think the Lions, especially with their coverage abilities, I'm gonna look forward to that game. Might have to do a live cast, by the way. Matt, that the Lions Stadium is going to be on fire next season. Home opener with the announced Hutch. He is a warrior. Agreed. When he returns, yeah, you'll see the crowd erupt for him. Derek, get her done. I'm working on it. Dr. Detroit, we have good run stuffers on the line, but I agree we need a run-stopping pass rusher. Yes, and see what they do. Kim, if we got Reddick, would he be ready to go against the Vikings? It depends on if they got him today, tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Sheesh. I'd probably say if he's not here by tomorrow, then it's next week. I would think at least. Giovanni, woo! And back at you, Jeff. Thanks, Coach! Exclamation point. First on the scene. I do try to be, man, but I do need to thank a lot of you guys in the Doke Crew. Hutch Jr., there's so many people to thank for this because a lot of you guys, I'm at the doctor's office and you guys are, keeping me up to date. I'm here working on stuff, trying to, sell some houses or, trade some stocks or whatever. And a lot of you guys keep me up to date when I can't have eyes on the computer all the time. So thank you all for that. See, Southwest, we don't even know what kind of shape he is in. Look what happened with the Jets. I don't know if I want him. Yeah, my guess is the Lions will be on top of that. They're not going to acquire him if they don't feel like he can help. Dr. Detroit, no, have to sit a week? Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Let's see, Southwest, yeah, Brad Holmes has earned our trust. He should, man, because really at this point, has he really done anything wrong? You know, I mean, some people will say, hey, Benson or whatever, the receiver from the Denver Broncos, you know, it is what it is. Nobody bats 1,000, but he's probably batting close to 900. As our gay, hope he will be in game shape if we bring him in. Yeah, and that's the part I can't answer. I'm guessing the Lions would investigate that before making any kind of move. All right, see, I say Max Crosby or bust, even though or bust is the most likely outcome, or Hendrickson, I would be okay with the Lions trading for him too. That would be a decent enough consolation price. Yeah, I mean, who knows which way they're going to go, but you do have to have somebody willing to sell in order for you to buy. So that's the tough part. Harold, what do you got? Halving isn't going to do it. You only have a small window. Yeah, and you know, probably some people who watch Reddick more, I've seen him from time to time. I've seen a lot of highlights on him. I can't say I've ever scouted him to do a deep dive analyzation if he's strong or not, or would he be a good fit. See, a paperback fan, whatever helps out. Yeah, if they're going after him, they believe he can help out 100%. Steve K, wow, exclamation point. If they get him, can you imagine 2025 with Hunchback? Wow, woo! And I agree. That would be pretty nice. Let's see, Moonscar, I made it to a live after all. Well, welcome in, my friend. Dragon fan Tim, Raider said Max Crosby is not available for trade. And well, there you go then. I guess we'd take him off the board. Moonscar, not just talking right now then, question mark, okay, hope something works out, me too. Yeah, and all I can report is what Jeremy Fowler at ESPN is stating, that the teams have, the two teams have spoken. Lion King, forget what Reddick does in the locker room. What does he on the field? That's what Brass should be concerned with. Yeah, and I get them want to keep the locker room strong too. So anyway, you gotta weigh it all, I guess. Applying pressure. Let's bring him in on the team. Let's see what they do. Harold Landry is the guy I'd get if we could. I mentioned him earlier. He was one of the names. Well, there was a couple names out there, and so could they go after him? Sure. I do like Walker. I mean, there are quite a few different options. It really just comes down to what the Detroit Lions ultimately look to do. See, James, Tavon Walker may be available for trade. Yeah, I know I had a video about that, I'd say a week or so ago, but I wouldn't mind him either because he can stop the run and get to the quarterback. See, one funky, Zadarius Smith is probably the most likely guy the Lions could get. Yeah, and probably when it costs a whole ton to get him. Buddy, good show, Coach. Good to see you, buddy, as always, my friend. Glad you got that tree taken care of. Brett, I have complete faith in Brad. I didn't like the Laporta pick, but Brad's the man and makes Sheila's woo. And just for you, just for that, I'll give you a 1, 2, 3. All right, all done, dust. Happy trails. Yeah, I'm out of here too. Get back to work, all that kind of stuff. Still got to look for all my test results and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. If you would be so kind, hit that thumbs up button. Otherwise, be kind to others. Do something nice for someone you don't know. And we'll see you guys all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody. You're still here? What are you doing here? It's over. The show's over. Go home.